Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Rachel Williams begins now.
Good evening, everyone. Passengers have been banned from disembarking a cruise ship docked in Hobart today due to the escalating coronavirus crisis. Overnight, a 5th Tasmanian case of the disease was confirmed as the pandemic spreads further.
The trip of a lifetime cut short. These cruise ship passengers packing their bags early and heading home.
India is closed, Sri Lanka is closed. You know, we're supposed to go all those places. It's like a 4-month cruise, and it's only been a month and a half.
The MSC Magnifica docking in Hobart this morning, but for most people on board, this is where they'll stay. The captain banning them from disembarking, worried someone could catch coronavirus and bring it back onto the ship.
There are a few confirmed cases here, and we so far have no confirmed cases, supposedly, on the ship, so he doesn't want to risk someone bringing it back on.
This couple say they were allowed off on the condition they couldn't come back on, deciding to forego the rest of the trip, instead flying straight back home.
Coronavirus is impacting everybody's life.
Overnight, Tasmania's 5th coronavirus case was confirmed. A man in his 60s in isolation in the Royal Hobart Hospital. He travelled here from North America, arriving on March 10.
Of all 5 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Tasmania, they were all associated with international travel and do not indicate that we have had community transmission here in Tasmania.
Tasmanians should ensure that where they don't need to go overseas to any country, that they should reconsider whether or not that is essential for them to go at this particular point in time.
Almost 300 tests have been done in the state. The Health Minister saying despite concerns, our hospitals are coping with the added pressure.
I've been advised that we do have capacity for more cases. We do have capacity around the state to be able to care for more patients.
We need our general practices, our emergency departments and our hospitals, our public and private hospitals, all working together in a coordinated way.
The Premier warning the disease will impact our bank balance.
The state's finances nor our economy will be immune from impact from this, but it's important that we do what we can to ensure that we keep Tasmanians in work.
Preparing to reveal a local stimulus package on Tuesday. Michelle Wisby, 7 Tasmania News.
As the crisis deepens across the country, a wave of panic buying has swept through Tasmanian supermarkets. Shelves deserted and car parks full as the major supermarkets place restrictions on essential items.
Once a packed toilet paper shelf, now only the bare minimum remains, the level of panic buying reaching new heights.
Well, it's bad when you can't go in and buy a roll of toilet rolls, isn't it?
Rice, pasta, flour, paper towels and hand sanitiser among the items stripped bare as Coles and Woolworths imposes new restrictions on some non-perishables.
I think it's starting to go crazy. I come shopping about this time every Saturday and I've not seen it as busy as that in there.
Reinforcements trucked in to help replenish stock shelves as swiftly as possible. Trolleys overloaded as well as car parks. Shoppers say this is the busiest it's been in months.
Sort of like the rush before Christmas or a holiday when the shops are closed for half a day and everybody thinks that they need to stock up so much.
But some are refusing to get swept up in the chaos.
Nonsense, absolute errant nonsense.
As precautions to stop the spread of the virus takes precedence, the casualty ward for local events grows. From Monday, non-essential gatherings with more than 500 people will be cancelled. Next week's one-day international cricket match at Blunston Arena has been scrapped, the Black Caps sent home as New Zealand tightens its border restrictions. This week's Salamanca market could be the last for the foreseeable future, although stallholders are remaining optimistic.
Being an outdoor market like this where people are actually moving as opposed to being static, I think that that's certainly in our favour.
I can't see how the market would be any different to a shopping centre. We're actually spaced 4 to 8 metres apart.
Many more major events are expected to fold in the coming weeks. Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
A 74-year-old tourist who spent the night missing in freezing conditions has been found by emergency services. Police say the South Australian man failed to return from a walk at Liffey Falls and became disoriented. The man was located at 10 o'clock this morning, safe and well, after large-scale rescue efforts throughout the evening. He was taken to the Launceston General Hospital for minor checks. A Hobart medical team was urgently sent to East Antarctica yesterday to undertake an emergency evacuation of an expeditioner. Travelling on Australia's Antarctic Airbus A319 to the McMurdo station within hours of the request by the US Antarctic program. The expeditioner was then flown to Christchurch, New Zealand. The Australian Antarctic Division says most stations are already closed for the winter season, making this evacuation unusual. Marine authorities are reminding recreational waterway users to be prepared for any situation after a capsize caused a kayaker to be stranded in open water for hours. Damon Will's preparation and resourcefulness have been credited as the key to his survival.
Doing final safety checks before heading out for a paddle, this keen kayaker is back on the water after a terrifying ordeal.
All of a sudden I ended up upside down and in the water. Now, I couldn't understand why that happened, because my kayak is extremely stable.
Damon ensured his life jacket and kayak were in order, ensuring the weather was safe before heading out. But his kayak flipped, leaving him in the water for hours.
I've been using the same kayak for a number of years and I have never had any problem with it. And I could feel hypothermia coming in, plus at my age I could feel exhaustion, so I had to make some choices.
His kayak had some modifications, including a slightly higher seat affecting the centre of gravity, which Damon believes could have contributed to his predicament. After removing his fishing bucket from the top of the kayak, he managed to flip it over and paddle into shore while it was upside down. He's being praised by authorities for his preparation and his quick thinking.
Thankfully, he had a life jacket on. He had checked the weather before he was going, and one of the big things is he didn't panic when he was in the water, so that really helped him survive the ordeal.
Safely back on dry land today, he's speaking up and sharing his experience, hoping to spread an important message.
Don't try and get back in the kayak if it's going to tire you out. You may as well stay in the water. The life jacket's going to keep you afloat anyway. You may be out there for a little bit longer if you've got no propulsion, but at least you're going to survive.
Ebony Ablett, 7 Tasmania News.
From glistening minerals to sparkling gems, some of the world's most unique materials are out on display this weekend in Hobart. The annual event aiming to chip into the ingredients that make up Earth, while encouraging Tasmanians to take a closer look at our backyards.
Closely analysing a stone relic from the past, this fossil enthusiast has been collecting local specimens for more than 50 years.
This is a fossil fern. It's from the Triassic period of approximately 200 million years old. It was found at Nimboida, Grafton, New South Wales, in the Triassic coal measures. Strangely enough, this particular genus is also found in some of the outer suburbs of Hobart.
Today, he's unearthing his display of historical curiosities here at the annual Gem, Mineral and Fossil Show.
A lot of people sort of learn at school about geology, things like that, and yeah, they really like it. Yeah. And a lot of them just like to look at the pretty stones. And
I'd like them to take away any fossil that they particularly like, because one fossil can lead to 2, can lead to 4, and you can build up a collection.
The showcase allowing those passionate about the Earth to discuss some of its mysteries with the public.
Life evolved out of rocks, and we need to understand rocks to know how we all started, where it all came from, what it all means, and it's part of the world we live in, I think. As much as, studying birds and flowers, we need to understand rocks, and I think it's great that people do take an interest.
While also digging a little deeper into our own unique backyard.
You go around Tasmania, you see rocks everywhere. It's beautifully exposed. There's interesting minerals, but we've got gold, gemstones and fantastic minerals all over the place, and wherever you go you can find interesting things to look at.
The event continues tomorrow at the Hobart Showground. Ruby Kamain, 7 Tasmania News.
Next month's National Netball Championship in Hobart is the latest casualty of the coronavirus, with the under-17s and under-19s competition cancelled due to health fears. While racecar driver Alex Peroni's return to the Formula 3 circuit has also been delayed, with officials postponing the Bahrain event. A goal in the dying minutes has helped Olympia steal a nail-biting victory over South Hobart in the men's Summer Cup final. While in the women's matchup, 2 second-half goals in the space of 10 minutes helped the Claret Zebras sink Olympia's hopes of back-to-back silverware.
And plays it through, Zoe's on a hat-trick and she's found the corner.
What an amazing counter-attack there from Claret Zebras from one end to the other.
The 4-1 rout capping off a hotly contested season. Former football greats have strapped on the boots once again to reignite the State of Origin rivalry in Penguin. Players such as Dane Swan, Russell Robertson and Paul Williams pulling on the Guernsey for the Tasmania versus Victoria contest. The legends treating the crowd to glimpses of their natural talent.
Brett Stevens on the left. He will be happy about that one there too, and he's kicked his second goal.
Money raised from the match will be donated to Beyond Blue.
Good evening everyone. Launceston and Devonport the state's top today with 18 degrees, 17 in Burnie and Hobart 16 degrees. Smithton and St Helens also 18, Lowhead, Friendly Beaches and King Island 17, 16 degrees in Ouse, Strahan and Flinders Island and Grove 15. An extensive area of low-level cloud can be seen covering the state today. Across Australia, an extensive mid-level cloud band extends from coastal New South Wales into the Tasman Sea. The south of Western Australia is also covered by mid to high-level cloud. Tomorrow's chart shows a high sitting to the west of Tasmania, while low-pressure troughs will linger across the north and extend down to a low-pressure system over the southwest of Western Australia. South to southwesterly winds tomorrow 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 knots about the southeast during the morning. Hobart, cloudy and 18 tomorrow, cloudy in Richmond reaching 19, showers and 19 in Ouse. Cloudy later in the day in Launceston and 21 degrees, partly cloudy and 20 in Devonport, Deloraine reaching 19 and also cloudy. Burnie, partly cloudy and 21, light showers and 17 in Strahan, Curry, possible showers and 17 degrees. And in the east, St Helens partly cloudy and 19, partly cloudy and 18 in Swansea and 20 degrees in Whitemark. The UV tomorrow is 6 and 7 across the state, which is high. Looking on to Monday now, fine apart from possible light showers in the north, mainly fine on Tuesday with north to northwesterly winds. And on Wednesday, showers developing in the west and south, mainly fine elsewhere. Showers and 27 in Perth tomorrow, Adelaide 25, partly cloudy in Melbourne and Canberra, Brisbane 28 degrees and Sydney showers and 21. And currently Hobart 16 and mostly cloudy, Launceston mostly cloudy and 17 and Devonport also 17 and partly cloudy. And Rach, that's the weather tonight.
Lovely, thanks for that Chelsea. Well that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.